Most definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna pause that.
I told her you prefer. Well,
Man,
Yeah, we're gonna pause that.
Just for the sake.
Right.
Yeah, just for the sake of sake.
Yeah.
Boys are back.
Sir.
What's up, guys?
what it do?
What's happening?
How's everybody?
Damn, something fed.
Yeah.
It's a wreck. Goddamn path water.
Shout out to Pat.
Tried to
We'll wait. It's
Gotta
all
go.
good. I ain't gonna hit that jump. Yeah,
Nah, it wasn't open.
yeah, it wasn't open. I ain't opened it yet.
One more time.
Nah, we here. Yeah, we here. Nah, we here. Give me a winner, loser of the week, Weezy. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, the loser of the week is on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was rough.
It's on me.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills beat us.
Yeah,
First time in 3 years they beat us.
yeah. Handedly.
They beat us.
It was an Old Testament ass whooping too.
Yeah.
They beat us. They had
Yeah,
all right.
it was real.
Cash App
crucial.
sent out. Everybody paid in full.
Yeah.
So they
Shout out
beat
to
us.
you.
Didn't Jeff,
Yeah.
do you want to follow up?
I don't know. One thing I don't do is kick a man when he's down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just say, great game to the Titans. Thank you to their fans for being so overzealous. But yeah, that's my winner, man. That's my winner of the week. Shout out to the Titans fans.
Said they were overzealous. Coach Locke, talk to me.
I'm the loser of the week for myself. Welcome back to the city with FanDuel.
FanDuel got you. We got to figure that out, Coach.
Yeah.
We got to get him a car.
Yeah, we got to
get him a car because we need that bread.
Facts.
I think I got a workaround. I really do.
Okay,
I think
we got to get to
You know,
it.
you know
Yeah.
that they answer that chat consistently.
They do.
They do.
They
We're going to figure it
I
out.
bet you know. You work there in the chat. That's your part time. My winner or loser of the week is Chad Powers. Eli Manning dressed up as a walk-on at Penn State for a tryout camp. Great TV. Yeah. The Mannings, they're comedic talent, high level comedic talent.
Very underrated.
Very underrated. Not talked about enough.
Did James Franklin know? Did he know?
He knew.
Nobody else know.
Nobody else knew.
Quarterback coach is like, man, I think I found one.
Yeah,
Man.
no, he looked good. If I was a starting quarterback, I would feel bad though because you know what I mean. You looking at a walk on like, hey, he might be the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Coach, I don't know.
Yeah. Fast Chad, man. Fast Chad. You guys ready to get it?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Full Sport Press.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing the right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full Sport Press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for.
Full Sport Press.
All right. Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Come on, Weezy. What's going on, guys? How you doing, cameraman?
What I do?
Oh, butterfly. That's
let me see the Tootsie Roll.
That's the butterfly I've ever seen in my life.
Top 5.
Hey,
slow.
that butterfly.
Yeah, you was looking at your knees.
That
Don't do
is
that.
the number one reason why we need a camera on you, my man. Like that was
Butterfly. That's old.
Hey, that butterfly better than cocoon.
That was a big,
Yeah,
I see you.
That caterpillar was
I can't
holding
wait
on.
till
Man.
Great shit.
Episode 4. Yeah, I didn't. Let me see your butterfly though,
I
fam.
can butterfly my ass.
I bet you can.
You got the one leg butterfly.
One leg joint, you sing a break and then bring it back and then go
Thank you,
single.
leg.
Oh yeah, stanky leg.
We know you got the stanky leg.
Yeah. You're the dancer. You're the dancer of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 436, we are conducting our interview with head coach of the TSU men's basketball team, Brian Penny Collins.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
Better than believe it.
Let's kick it off, Weezy. Best of the week, what you got?
Best of the week, man, for me is man, baby girl growing up on me. We have full conversations now. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand what she's saying. She's spoiled riding though.
Yeah.
It's just it's amazing, man, to see them grow up like that and go from barely talking to, can I have a popsicle?
Yeah.
I'm going to the refrigerator and getting a popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing they ain't supposed to have a popsicle.
Right.
Oh.
There's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
You gotta stop that.
Yeah, that's
early.
A big,
Yeah.
Good luck. That's a big boy
Nah,
feeling.
you better stop that early.
Yeah,
luck.
trust me, you ain't doing. Jeff, talk to me. Best of the week.
Man, I got two, man. I got two. First, I did a podcast with our brother Spike Lou. He has a show called Another Week in the Books.
He does.
I meant to mention this last week. Shout out to Spike. It was a fun time. He and Mo. And second, man, shout out to Coach Locke, man. I'm back from the dead, cameraman.
He's hitting the flesh.
Yeah, I'm in the flesh.
Man, that
You know
was
what I'm saying? I
rough.
was here in spirit last week.
He is risen.
You know what I'm saying? But, that was, I got a couple of messages like, you all right? Yeah, I'm cool, man. So, shout out to that. I'm here.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm here.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Coach, talk to me.
Best of the week, man. My Seminoles are 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time.
You still ain't ranked.
It
but
happened.
That's
yeah.
crazy,
No,
man.
no.
That's nuts, man.
No, it's not nuts.
Yeah,
not?
they ain't beat
Nah.
nobody.
Yeah, we really ain't beating them. But I take it 3-0. 3-0 is 3-0.
Per this show.
Louisville was going. I had Louisville winning the ACC.
Per this show, Louisville was supposed to be cold.
Yeah,
They
they
got a
lost.
quarterback that's been there 12 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They lost two of those offensive linemen that
That
I was
hurts.
talking about.
That
though.
hurts. But that Louisville quarterback been there since Lamar.
Y'all need LSU don't keep winning.
True.
For sure.
That's true.
Yeah, look good.
My best of the week is Joe Hayden, man. Signed a one-day contract to retire with the Cleveland Browns. 11 years of dominance, guys.
Come on.
To be recruited at Florida now to play quarterback. Never played defense one day in his damn life. And to go and be an all-pro cornerback in the NFL. Clap for my guy. Shout out to Joe Hayden. Should have wore the jersey that I wore it probably about a month ago. Shout out to you, Five. Great career.
I'm
No.
glad he went out like that.
He went out how he was supposed to go out.
You wanted to play one more year.
I did. Jack Rabbit said he ready.
Yeah, I seen that.
Jack Rabbit look ready too. Shout out to another Florida guy.
But then I call you and say, man, Joe Hay need to go out and gracefully.
Yeah. But he was ready to roll. Hey,
Hey.
2 years ago he was an all-pro
That's 2
and a
years
Pro
ago.
Bowl.
If he would've
Then the
went
year
route.
after that he had 8 picks. Come on, man.
Jeff,
Come on, man.
I'm surprised you ain't giving them hell. Every time you say he's a Seminole, they give you hell.
No. The thing is, Joe Hayden's retiring.
And that's
Something
fine.
that I'm going to go off in his sunset.
But what they got to do with Jack Rabbit?
Coach, what's wrong with you?
I'm just saying, man.
I was slipping on Jack Rabbit. You're right, Coach. My
I'm saying.
bad.
Yeah, because every time when I brought up the Seminole, he was like, oh, here we go.
Jack Rabbit.
You brought it up. That was your best of the week.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about whenever we acknowledge a player's a Seminole.
Yeah. Coach got a point.
I'm telling you, man. I used to always say and think Coach was my only friend. And then day to day, he's continuing to prove me wrong.
So who is it now?
I don't know. He's still Coach, but shit. I know when it come down to the come down.
You're on the edge right now. Coach, you're on the edge. You about to give up on you, Coach.
Worst of the week, Jeff. What you got?
Man, Shakur Stevenson being stripped of his super featherweight titles at 130 pounds.
130 is crazy.
130 is nuts.
Yeah.
He's moving up to the bigger fights and bigger paydays. I get it. But he still has to win that fight, this weekend. So, yeah, having a championship fight where if you win, you still don't win anything other than the money. But still, that's tough. So, shout out to him. Hope he gets that W because that's going to hurt, lose your belts and lose the match. That'll be some slaughter.
Facts.
Yeah. Give me your worst of the week, Weezy.
My worst of the week, man, Pac-Man Jones, man, on the I Am Athlete podcast.
Yeah, he said, what'd he say?
You gonna let me get
Mm.
Goodness gracious.
You got that shit on, Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Really
Let's talk
good.
about comparisons. And Brendan Marshall said they compared him to T.O. and they said Shader McCoy runs like Barry Sanders. And they asked Pac-Man, said, who they compare you to? He said Deion Sanders.
Mm.
And that's my guy.
Mm-mm.
That ain't your guy.
I mean, we had good times and bad times.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
But
Pac-Man went wrong.
He wasn't wrong.
They ain't never.
Not saying he was good as Deion,
No.
but you gotta remember, Pac-Man coming out of
Punt
college
return,
was
yeah.
punt return, kick return, corner.
yeah.
He was everything.
He played
It
offense
was
too.
cold.
They should have said
And they
Devin
had-
Hester then.
And they had
Yeah.
no. Devin Hester didn't have. He couldn't play receiver. Pac-Man played receiver out of the backfield, kick return, punt return, and corner. It was good at
He's
all.
overzealous, like you mentioned earlier.
Well,
He's
man,
As a
overzealous.
cornerback, he doesn't put me in the mind of Deion Sanders.
No.
But as an all-around athlete of doing everything on the field, Pac-Man could do everything.
Coach, what you got? Worst of the week.
Man, my gas money, house money picks.
It's been rough. It's been rough.
It's been rough.
It's been rough
for us.
It's been rough. It's been rough. It's rough for everybody except for Weezy. He don't even know 500.
Ooh, it's been rough lately, boy.
Don't follow me.
I might need to start sending my picks in before I get here or something. Because
Woo!
Yeah.
You just change them for you.
That's what you did last year. You just changed.
My bad, Coach.
You set yourself up for that.
listen, Jeff.
What you said.
You want to take that away from you.
Coach,
Can't.
did you win, Coach?
champion.
They can't change what
Are we
you
going
were.
to trophies this year for the winner?
No.
No. Trophies this year for the winner?
Yeah.
Nah, we don't need that.
I buy my own damn trophy.
Yeah, I bet you will.
I'm buying
Worst
my own
of the week for me is Robert Sarver. He's going to sell the Suns after a year, probably within the next 6 to 12 months, making it to the finals. And on top of that, he purchased the team in 2004 for $400 million, and now he's going to get max money for both the Suns and the Mercury, $2 billion easy, only in America.
Did I tell you? Did I
Only.
tell you? I said, man, tell the team it's gonna make them richer.
Yeah,
That ain't no, you know.
Shout out to Jeff Bezos.
man, them splits are crazy. 2004, you get something for $400 million, and what? 18 years later, boom, we right here. You get 2.5.
Man.
Bezos gonna pay him that with a smile.
Yeah, Bezos,
Easily.
Bezos put him in the game.
Yeah.
J-Ho,
Yes, sir.
kindly update the people on the Heisman Trophy race this year. sir.
That's it, man. We are kicking things off with number 4. We have Alabama linebacker Will Anderson Jr. He's plus 4,000. Had a Heisman moment with a pick 6 last week. Finished the game with 5 total tackles. Was second sack of the season. Up next, Alabama plays Vanderbilt. 40.5 point favorites.
I took
40
Bama,
and a
by
half.
the way.
40.5.
49.
40.5.
Are they gonna cover that, Weezy?
Yeah, I already bet it.
Okay.
Moving on to number 3, we have Georgia quarterback Stetson Bennett. He's now at plus 1,600. Last week, he was plus 1,800. Honestly, it's a shame on all of us. He is one of those quarterbacks that's going to contend for a Heisman, especially with Georgia being a top 3, top 2 school right now. Hey, listen, had a great game last week. A few upcoming cupcakes. Kent State, Auburn, Mizzou, and Vanderbilt.
It just
Had the
means more.
stats.
Man.
I'm gonna let you
It
finish.
just
But
means
I want to
more.
say after that.
Georgia is 44.5 point favorites against Kent State.
Jeez.
That just means more, Cameron.
I'm not gonna bet that one.
Yeah, that's nasty. Moving right along to number 2, we have USC quarterback Caleb Williams. He's plus 300, staying at the plus 300 from last week. Gives Fresno State good run last week. It was one of those things where it was a good game in the first half, and then USC turned it on late, scoring 17 unanswered. He passed for 284 and 2 touchdowns with 2 more rushing touchdowns. USC conference matchup this weekend against Oregon State. They're 6.5 point favorites.
Oregon State undefeated.
Oregon State is still not ranked, just like you guys, Jeff. But doing
Right.
team. And coming in at numero uno, we have Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud plus 250, down a little bit from 275 last week. Leading the clubhouse for a second straight week, 5 passing touchdowns, 22 for 27 from the field, cameraman, 367. I don't give a damn if it was against Toledo, whoever the hell that they played. They play next week against Wisconsin, 17.5 point favorites. All of their games for the next 5 games, well, the previous 5 games of the season, are all at home. So good stuff for C.J. Stroud. A lot. Because it just looks like
I'm telling y'all right now, we probably going to bet, put some little money on this Stetson
on
Bennett.
this Bennett is
It's
looking
gonna go down every week. Last
Yeah.
week was 1,800.
Yep.
This week 16.
16.
He ain't threw a pick yet
Sure have it. Yeah.
before they get in the conference play.
That's right. That's a good call, Weezy. Let's put a little bit of money on that. Yeah.
Where my phone at?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
So you
on
put it on
line.
the ground real quick. Let's wait it out before you do that.
Right.
Before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is the Arizona State AD.
It is Herm Edwards, term at Arizona State. Ended very weird, guys. In his 5th season as the head football coach, he was fired Sunday following a 21-30 loss at home to Eastern Michigan. Now, while the termination isn't particularly surprising to anybody who's been following Arizona State football, a video hit the net with Edwards talking to athletic director Ray Anderson and University President Michael Crow. Herm Edwards was fired on the field immediately after that game. On the field, in the end zone. In the end zone. Yep. In a statement, athletic director Ray Anderson said he and Edwards came to a mutual agreement that change in leadership is best for the football program. In a statement released on Sunday, athletic director Roy Anderson said that he did not indeed fire Herm in the end zone. He was having a conversation, and that conversation was him firing him.
Facts. Of
ain't
course
no
he's going to
question.
say he
On
didn't
the
say it on the
field?
field.
On the field,
Why did he
dog.
fire him on the field? Because they lost
man.
that game?
Yeah, you can't lose to Eastern Michigan at home, and you're a Pac-12 team, and you got 5-star players there. That's how they looking at it.
And you
I mean-
already been on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah, the
I've
seats are
seen-
scorching.
I've seen coaches get fired on the airplane and stuff like that.
But on the field,
Not on the
dog?
field, dog.
Where you got field on the field, dog?
Lane Kiffin got fired right there on the field with USC.
On the field, though?
He didn't.
At USC, I get it.
He lost a USC game and they didn't let him
Go on the
back.
plane.
Now Herm ain't mad.
No, Herm getting paid.
$9.4 million buyout,
Club,
guy.
yeah.
Hank,
Nah, he not tripping.
Herm
Buy
is
me
just
after-
like Ed Orgeron.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he ain't tripping.
He'll be on ESPN probably this weekend.
Yeah, Herm will get a job real
Yeah,
quick.
he get real quick, y'all. Now, Arizona State has everything. It has the resources.
Yeah.
It has the Adidas deal.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all of the boosters, location, weather.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is on line one. It's two people that could be hired.
Yo,
The
boy.
top hires in college football right now.
Urban Meyer.
Deion Sanders. And Arizona State is a gold mine if you have the right person there.
Urban Meyer still getting calls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
in college.
Fact.
Man, everywhere. He going to Nebraska. Book
Yes,
that.
for sure.
That's done.
Urban gets
Yeah.
calls in college.
Yeah.
Pros never again.
Never
It's over for that.
Never again.
Over for the pros.
Yeah.
But don't fire me on the damn field, man.
Right. Can I get in the locker room
Give me some
and
dignity.
get my
happened,
post game
like,
speech or something?
When that quarterback transferred.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels
That
goes
hurt
to
him.
LSU. That hurt him.
That did hurt him.
Yeah, but that's a 5-star you get that you – and he was the first person to really bring it. He had a all NFL staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Herm started something, man. Shout out to Herm. He'll land on his feet. I don't think he'll ever coach again, though.
I don't think he'll want to.
I don't think he does either.
Yep.
I would love to see Down go to Pac-12, but goodness gracious.
I'm telling you,
Get
man.
some offense up there, though.
Yep. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Full Sport Press.
This your boy FSP Weezy. Join us each and every Monday on all streaming platforms. And don't forget, everything is paid for.
The Revolution will be podcasted. First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Weezy, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
Holla at you. Coach.
It's Locke_the_great. That's THA. Get at me.
Yeah. Jeff, talk to me.
I'm Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Sure, and I'm J-Hub on Instagram and Twitter. Let's talk on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Big game this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, UT at UT.
Yeah.
How you feel about
Let me tell y'all something.
Uh-oh.
We won last week.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Coach Locke about this. I didn't even put up a victory.
You didn't. You didn't.
I just didn't feel good about it. Just didn't feel good about the win. So I don't know, man. It's just, oh, man, it's tough. I might double up on these bitch ass.
Oh! You said
Man,
You got me too excited. I ain't even say nothing. I stopped because I was meant to go. I was going to take it there.
Yeah, you was from the band.
Yeah.
You was from the band.
Yeah. Man, big band.
You was banned.
Taliban. Yeah, it is, but I'm just saying. Shout
Week
out to the-
3. Yeah. It is week 3 of the FSP Fantasy Football League. Let's get into it. The preview, cameraman. All right. Up first, we got Shade at 2-0 versus Royale with the Cheese at 2-0. One time for Twin. It's going to be a barn burner. Twin is projected to win that by double digits, I see here. I'll name this team later. One time for AB at 1-1 versus Parham. I know he's listening. And also at 1-1. Parham is predicted to win this one. He's got a good squad this year. He's rolling. Next, myself, the Hurt Business at 0-2 versus Chaz, NFL Young Boys at 0-2 as well. I'm predicted to lose this one as well. Injuries is kicking my ass right now in this league. I don't know what to do, but I got to figure it out.
I don't feel sorry for you.
I got to figure it out.
I don't feel sorry for you at all.
I
don't.
You shouldn't feel sorry for me. You
I
picked the
should.
Titans.
I should feel sorry for you.
You picked the Titans.
I don't feel sorry for
It's
them.
too
My whole team was
soon.
injured last year.
Yeah, you picked the Titans. And then you said you wanted the Titans.
Let's move on.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
That don't bother me no more.
Bishop Sycamore, shout out to Coach Wayman at 2-0 versus Ben Simmons for 3, 0-2, one time for Cam. Keep fighting, Cam. You predicted to lose this one, though, but keep fighting, Cam, whatever you do. Son of a Blitz, one time for PO at 1-1. TB12 Brazilian Facelift, one time for D Harris, also at 1-1. PO is predicted to win. No, I'm sorry. PO has not put his lineup out there yet because he's trying to
Yeah, he
he's
do
trying
that.
to pay
He
his
do that
lineup.
every people
I
was
don't know
telling
what
me
that's
that.
about. I don't
Shout
know
out to
what that's
PO.
about. Yeah, whatever, PO. And then lastly, Now Watch God, one time for Sean Watson, 1-1 versus You Choose a Side. Weezy predicted to win this one by a dub. Shout out to Weezy.
Yeah, I don't mean nothing.
Oh,
When the
man.
lights come on,
Oh my
it's a little
God.
tricky.
Keep fighting, Weezy.
Got to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to the NBA, guys. Stephen Curry has signed a lucrative lifetime contract with Under Armour. Now, the deal could potentially net the 4-time NBA champion more than $1 billion. The deal would put Curry on par with Hall of Famer Michael Jordan and LeBron James, who both currently have a $1 billion deal with Nike. Before the 2021-2022 season, Steph Curry signed a $215 million extension with the Golden State Warriors that will take him through his age 38 season. Jeff, is this a big deal, little deal, or no deal?
In the Curry household, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. I still don't know who wear them damn shoes. But, you know, he's keeping the lights on at Under Armour for real. And this is amazing. Shout out to Steph. I'm sorry.
My bad.
My bad. You're right. The Golden Sunshine is wearing those.
Yeah, we in there. We in there, cuz.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they cool.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Seriously though, man. This is a huge deal, man. $1 billion deal.
It is.
Lifetime.
Yeah, lifetime.
Lifetime. At Under Armour.
Yeah. You got to go.
Yeah, man. Anytime you saying a Billy next to your name, it's a huge deal. And this almost didn't happen though.
It almost did.
You know, back in 2013, he almost left Under Armour because of the founder of Under Armour was a supporter of Trump. Yeah. So they had some rift there, but they finally got it squared away, and here we are. Exactly. Because if they gonna give him a Billy, then they seeing something from those Currys. And he has his own sub brand, the Curry brand also. So this is a huge deal to be mentioned with LeBron and Jordan. If you know those names, it's a big deal.
Right. What you got, Weezy?
Man, getting a Billy like from sports these days is crazy.
Yeah.
I just hope it's a sign for kids to come after him, sign a lifetime deal, or not even sign a lifetime deal to get $1 billion. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. Steph getting $1 billion off a shoe deal.
Yep. Nike is in a peculiar position here because they're about to lose Kyrie Irving. Is this? And then you didn't match Steph Curry for $4 million. That's it.
The original, you're right.
The original deal was $4 million, and they spelled his name wrong in the PowerPoint. Come on, man. It is a unique conversation as well, though, because Steph Curry isn't your conventionally like cool, dominant athlete. 6'2", smaller, you know, but he changed the game, guys. He did change the game. But, you know, it's easier to look and Stephen Curry and be like, you know what? I can beat Stephen Curry compared to LeBron James, 6'8", 250. Right. Like, you know.
Everybody ain't able.
So that's exactly. So that's why those shoes are being sold, because there's a lot of kids that look like Stephen Curry compared to looking like LeBron James. Yeah, but it does more good for Under Armour, though, in the long term, because Stephen Curry is going to age well. And on top of that, he's doing a bunch of different things. So, but what Coach Locke mentioned, it's kind of weird, though, that he wanted to have his own brand to stay something totally different away from Under Armour, because Kevin Plank is heavy with Trump.
That Curry brand logo,
trash.
It's trash. It's better than
okay.
All right. So moving on. Keeping in $1 billion athletes. Floyd Mayweather took to the social medias this week, cameraman, to somewhat announce a rematch with former UFC great and one-time boxer Conor McGregor, hinting that they would fight in either a rematch of their boxing match that took place years ago or an exhibition, which Floyd has been fighting someone like the Karate Kid and others. Conor denied this, thankfully. Guys, is this really going to happen? Starting with you, Weezy.
Man, I hope not. I mean, Floyd, it don't matter. So it'd be 51-0 if it does. But I think he need to chill out. Yeah. Let's like my boy Jay finna say, the fun's getting low. We finna hear all about it.
Stepped on my talk points right there. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. That first fight in 2017 had $4.3 million pay-per-view buys. Yeah. Number 2 all-time in history. Number 1, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, $4.7 million. So to fight against a person like Conor McGregor, you're going to get $100 million for something that's easier than a sparring session. That's easy dough, man. You got to do that. I would do that every time, especially when your money's getting low. Getting a little, you remember when in DuckTales, when Scrooge, what was his name? They would jump. Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, Scrooge McDuck, right? He would jump into the money. All right, so of course Floyd has plenty of money. He's probably doing the same thing. But now that shit ain't number 2 feet worth of money now. Lord. You know what I'm saying? It was 10 feet at one time, cameraman. All he can do is put his feet in the money now. He need a little bit of money to get it back up. Yeah, it used to be up here. You know, Floyd 5'5". Wait, he putting his feet in there. He just putting his toes in there.
In the shallow end.
Shallow end.
Y'all ain't right.
Nah, man, they not, man. Man, I don't think this is gonna happen. To be honest, I don't think we'll see it. But the only thing that makes me feel there's a possibility is McGregor might want some of that money, and it's easy money. He doesn't care if he loses the exhibition match. He really doesn't, especially since he lost the first time. But Floyd is not. No, he's not the smartest person either, because he said he knows what he's doing. He said, "Now, quote, I'm not in the fights where I'm going to take any real punishment." So he knows he's not going to really get hit a lot in this fight, especially if it's an exhibition. Then the first time they made 100 M's, they're not going to make 100 M's off this again, because everybody remembers the first one. They like, I'm not paying to see that again. So I don't think it's going to happen.
But the thing is, that Floyd fight was Conor's biggest payday ever. And that ruined Conor McGregor too. Like he was never the same after that, because he'll never see that money in UFC ever.
That's a great point though, Jeff. Because since that fight, he's 1-3 in the octagon. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. I would much rather see Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao 2 than this.
For sure.
I don't want to see.
That's when Conor went crazy.
Yeah, that's when he got that bread.
That's too much money. He
bread.
never would have seen that much money in UFC, and he never saw it anywhere close to that again.
No, not at all. All right, before we get started with halftime, let's move on to the WNBA. Las Vegas has never had a professional sports champion until Sunday, guys. Vegas is the 4th WNBA team to win a title with both a league MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All-Star Game MVP, Most Improved Player, and Coach of the Year. Jeez. Chelsea Gray was voted Finals MVP. We'll kick things off with you, Jeff. Give me the WNBA season and a scale of a grade, A through F. What you got?
Well, the loyalty shown and the support shown to Brittany Griner skews it a little bit, because they supported her to the utmost, but on the field and on the jersey, on the court, on the jerseys. So to me, it's an 8. It's one of the better seasons all the way around, talent wise and ratings wise, and just overall like the games and the viewership. Yeah, give you an 8.
I agree. I think it's an A. You know, you're seeing a lot of more girls, or women, should I say, get into it outside of the girls or women that are the so-called superstars. Like Chelsea Gray won MVP. Yeah. You know, she's not the poster child for the WNBA. When you see that, you see Brittany Griner, you see Asia Wilson, you see Sabrina Ionescu. So to see somebody else get that shine, which she also did, because the Aces won the Commissioner's Cup also, and she was the MVP of that also. And then, of course, Becky Hammond coming in her first year after getting all the publicity for being with the Spurs, she showed how good of a coach she is with these girls and bring them all together to finally win this championship. So the good thing about them is also the core of this team are all under contract to come back next year.
Exactly.
So we could see a repeat.
Yeah. Weezy, how you feel about WNBA season in a nutshell, man?
I think it was an awesome season.
I think so too, man.
I think it was an awesome season.
Yeah, why you say that, Weezy?
I heard you had to be shout out to the Aces for winning the championship. I heard you had to be 4 shots in to
go to the parade.
Go to the parade.
Yeah.
They were
Children ginger ale.
They had a good time. Children get the ginger ale. Yeah, they had a great time.
I wish I was there for that.
Yeah, Weezy,
I'm sure you do.
Weezy sent me some good stats, guys. He had told me that ESPN experienced viewership for the regular season up 20%, full season 22%, full postseason 22%, semifinals and the playoff opening round were both 45 and 50% respectively. Here's the thing where they had a problem, though. They had to move the finals from mid-October up to mid-September because of the FIBA World Cup tipping off. Yeah. That means that they were officially going against the NFL. You cannot go against the NFL on a Sunday. Yeah.
Especially not the beginning.
No.
Not if you want me to watch.
No. No. Putting those games on ABC clearly helped the ratings because you actually saw it. Yeah. But how high could those ratings be if it wasn't on Sunday contending with the NFL on a Sunday afternoon, man? So they had no other choice but to do that. Yeah. And Chelsea Gray got robbed for being an all WNBA performer, and she wasn't even an all-star. And like Locke said, she was the MVP of the Commissioner's Cup. Then you get Finals MVP. I mean, it's just, it's some weird stuff going on for the point guard position as far as how they skew and give people credit in the WNBA. But that's a whole nother story. Shout out to the WNBA. Shout out to also Jeff's guy. What's the coach that was there prior? Played for the Pistons. Bill Lambier. Dude, he had them there. He was on the cusp.
Yeah. On the cusp.
He was right there.
Yeah.
He was right there. Just couldn't get it done.
Luther Curl.
Yeah, man. And Becky Hammond came and kicked the door in. He deserves a ring. He deserves a ring.
Tony Dungy didn't get a ring for Tampa Bay.
It's true. He didn't get no ring then.
I just asked the WNBA to do one thing.
Talk to me.
My bad.
During the finals, when they're introducing the starting lineup, show it. Quit letting the commentators commentate over that while they running out the tunnel. They not saying the girl's name. You don't know who's who, especially if you haven't been watching. Yeah. When the NBA play the finals, it's a whole production for starting lineups. Come on, man. It's the WNBA finals. Give them that same thing.
Give them the same shine.
Yeah, come on, man.
I like that, Coach. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Make sure you check us out on Anchor, iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of the past episodes of FSP. Just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast.
Halftime, we are back with Weezy's NFL Power Rankings. You are on the clock, Weezy. Let's do it.
All right, this week's Power Rankings were they're rough, man.
Mm-hmm. For you,
the first 2 weeks of NFL was been pretty crazy. This was a tough one to do. This was the better. I had to put one loss team.
Okay, let's just get to it. Let's get to it now. You're doing all this, you know what I mean? Because I know what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do? I'm trying to talk without stutters. What I'm trying to do. But anyway, all right, number 7. The best one-loss team, I think, is the Baltimore Ravens. They got beaten to come back, but I still think they're the best one-loss team in the NFL. Number 6, nobody's gonna like this one, but they're undefeated. The Giants. Giants is number 6. Number 5, Tampa Bay. You won a division game, but you wouldn't have won that game if the fight wouldn't have broke out. I don't think so. Number 4, the Miami Dolphins. I like Miami Dolphins at number 4. Number 3, I think they're the best team in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. They showed what they would do Monday night against another undefeated team. Number 2, Kansas City Chiefs. They rolling the big division win on a short week. Number 1, the Buffalo Bills. It is what it is.
I'm switching. I'm putting Philly at 2. Yeah, I'm putting Philly at 2. Yeah,
first over the Bills.
That's why he ain't got a mic.
That's what. Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah. That's your man's though.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go get that 15 jersey.
You got to hold him. You got
to go get you one.
He holding it down.
You got to get that 15.
You know Buffalo beat. I know what I'm saying. They beat the number 1 team in AFC last year by 30 points. I'm just telling you what you got to judge it off.
You can't. You're talking to a person without a mic. They
right.
can't hear you.
They can't. Yeah.
All right. Well, shut the fuck up, man. That's
right. Damn, my God, man.
Me. I'm talking about me. I need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, you definitely did. You guys ready to get started with the second half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Got merch on. For sure. FullSportPressPodcast.com. Get your merch, get your hats, get your hoodies, get your t-shirts, get your long sleeve tees. We got you covered, man. We got you covered. More stuff on the way. Always tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that we are
second half. We have Brian Penny Collins in for an interview. Brian Penny Collins has been the head coach of the TSU men's basketball program since 2018 and is now serving his 5th year at the helm of the Tigers. Collins played his high school basketball in nearby Whites Creek and lettered at Belmont University for Hall of Fame coach Rick Byrd. Then a member of the Atlantic Sun Conference, Collins served as a co-captain for the Bruins in their first ever NCAA Division I tournament appearance during his senior year in 2006. Collins, who was a 4-year starter, scored 1,100 career points and graduated as Belmont's all-time leader scorer for assists and steals in the Division I era. The 2004 team was inducted into the Legends Hall of Fame in September of 2019. Collins played professional basketball for the Kuvo Bears in Finland and the Bakersfield Jam in the NBA Developmental League. Collins got his start in the coaching industry as a graduate assistant at TSU under then coach Cy Alexander during the 2007-2008 season and became the TSU Director of Basketball Operations in 2008 and 2009. In his first head coaching experience, Collins led Columbia State, a community college in Columbia, Tennessee, from 2012 to 2015. His tenure at Columbia State was highlighted by back-to-back NJCAA national tournament appearances, including runs to the Elite Eight in 2014 and the Sweet 16 in 2015. As the head coach of the Tigers, Collins earned Box Trials Coach of the Year in 2019. Let's give an FSP welcome to Brian Penny
All
Collins.
right, Coach, I will kick it off, man. All right, so we feel over here at FSP like analytics to us has ruined sports. So you're a high-level coach. How do you feel about analytics and where it's taking sports, especially basketball right now?
Oh man, analytics it's important. I mean, I think it's something that you gotta really take a good look at. But I think for me personally, being a player and actually being in the trenches, I trust analytic right here, my two eyes. I trust what I see. I've been doing this for a long time. And,
Okay.
I got a few guys out there that are trying to ruin my reputation on my recruiting skills, but, but for the most part, yeah, I trust what I see.
Is it like a balance between analytics and actual what you trust and what you see, or is it more so just you going with your gut?
No balance. Go with my gut. Go with what I see. But like now, we're in this new era, and we're in 2022, and I trust. We're for a halftime, and my coach says, "Hey, the plus minus." I'm like, no shit. We're losing or we're winning. Like I can tell. I can tell you that without looking at that sheet.
Right.
But analytics is important because it can give you what your best lineups are and who's doing well and who's not doing well. What mid-range shot versus a 3-point shot. What's good for your team and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, better players, you don't have a better team, and that's period.
Talent trumps everything.
I'm going off schedule already. I probably get in trouble for this, but I'll take the fine later. You said that you how good of a recruiter do you think you are?
Best in the country. Ain't even close. For what I've been doing since I've been in the game and with the resources that I have and still be able to be extremely successful with the programs that we've been at, it's not even close, Recruiting is not about like what you know or who you know. It's about being able to go in all kind of different living rooms and being able to relate to people and being a people person and walking into a room and immediately being able to relate to people. And I feel like that's a gift that I've been given from God at an early age, and I've taken it on through the career now. And it's just not recruiting; it's having relationships with your team, with the people on campus, the faculty, the people that work in the cafeteria. But genuinely doing it, not doing it to make a friend or trying to get something from them later. Just genuinely having joy out of seeing somebody smile and learning more about you and learning more about them and actually caring about what they talk about. That's what we're all really boils down to. Doing something for somebody and not expecting nothing in return.
Let's talk about something that's not talked about enough. Your playing career. Kind of go through your 3 favorite moments during your playing career, Coach.
Man, you put me on the spot thinking about 3 favorite moments. Yeah. Career has been a long one, obviously. From 6 years old all the way to I had a chance to play professional basketball for a little while. But my number one, and this is in no particular order, number one would have to be taking Belmont to their first ever NCAA tournament, being a part of that team and the captain of that team, and to see what they're doing now and to know that our program, our group was the first group to do that, break that threshold, that whole experience, going to the selection Sunday, and that was a key moment for me. I think the second one would probably be knowing that I was a pro, like realizing like, okay, I'm one of the best basketball players in the world when I was drafted in the NBA Developmental League. Yeah. And you were actually a part of that day. Yeah. The D League, they showed back then, or the G League now, it's called the D League back then, they showed the draft on NBA TV, but they only showed the first 2 rounds, but it was a 10-round draft. And so the first 2 rounds went, and me and my whole family were in there watching. And the only person that wasn't in my family actually was Jay. He was over there. So it was like mom and daddy and Jay. So we watching the draft, and I didn't get drafted in the first 2 rounds. And the show goes off, and we looking at each other like, damn, And he really could have just went home, but he knew I was sick. Yeah. So he was like, man, let's play 2K. So we played 2K. He was trying to make me feel better about it and not getting drafted. And I was just chilling, and probably like halfway through the game, my phone rings, and it's my agent. And he says, Penny, what you doing? Well, I'm playing 2K, man. What's up? How you feel about living in California? I said, what? What you mean? The Bakersfield Jam just drafted you. The Sacramento Kings and I forget who their affiliate was. Golden State Warriors, D-League team, just drafted you in the 6th round. There it is. And you will be going to training camp next week. we jumped up and down like we just hit the lottery. Like we about to be millionaires or something, man. D-League contract about $1,000 a month. Broke as hell. But we was happy. We were happy to go. We was happy, man. That felt like getting drafted. That felt good to go to that training camp and end up ultimately playing for the Bakersfield Jam. And this is a little off topic, but when we talk about validation, playing pro ball is validation for me. I didn't make it to the NBA, but I got to the NBA D-League. So I remember the Sacramento Kings came to our practice, and I'll never forget the scout came to me and said, young man, you deserve to be in the NBA. Just keep on working on your leadership and work on your jump shot. You're going to be in the NBA one day. Just keep at it. And I just remember going back home, because we stayed in a hotel at the time, and going back to the hotel like, man, I can play in the league, you know what I'm saying? So that was a crucial moment in my career. And the third one is just, having an opportunity to put a city on my back, just as a whole. From Weiss Creek, our games would be packed, jam-packed. People used to come to watch us play. People would literally say, I'm going to watch Penny and Hassan play. Like, that was a statement that was made. And it was proven when you come to the game, and our games used to be packed. And then taking that same type of energy to Belmont, to where now that I'm a coach at TSU, couldn't fathom some TSU students coming to me saying, hey, I'm going to watch Belmont play tonight. I'm like, well, you going where?
Yeah.
Why you going to Belmont game? For what? But I thinking back to my time at Belmont, we had TSU students coming to the Belmont games to come watch me play. And it was strongly because of people I knew that were growing up, but also some of Jay's friends that I didn't even know, people from D.C. and D.C. and Florida and Georgia. He's bringing people to the games, and some of these same people are grabbing their friends. I'm looking up in the student section behind my parents sitting, and instead of it being 4 TSU students, my boys, it's 14 of them. Oh. And they stand for me, and we taking pictures after the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna point to no single game and tell you but it was moments where I look back and I say like, man, that was a groundbreaking for myself that really inspired me to do what I'm doing now.
Thanks. So you speaking of Belmont, so we're gonna talk about that Belmont-Lipscomb rivalry. How intense was it during your days in Belmont? And can you give us one story about that rivalry?
Belmont-Lipscomb was a trio. It was like, Weiss Creek Maplewood, but just different kind of people sitting in the stands. Still different. The games was packed. The Belmont-Lipscomb game was packed, but it wasn't nothing like what it used to be back in the 90s. They used to have to play at Vanderbilt. That's how packed the games used to be. But Belmont and Lipscomb had just kind of turned D1 about 6 or 7 years before I went to Belmont. Lipscomb had just turned D1 as well. So the first game we played them at Lipscomb. So it was the first time they played against each other as a Division I opponent. Okay. So the game was at Allen Arena, and it was packed in there. And I did not like the Lipscomb players. That's one thing about me, man. Like, I still listen to my players. Like, I got a hatred for who we're playing against. Like, so when they would tell me about this rivalry, like, I used to see them Lipscomb dudes downtown or see them somewhere. I used to be like, man, I'm going to kill them when they play. I hated them. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, when I see some of them dudes, I'm like, what's up, boy? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like Lipscomb. Like, that was my thing back then. I respect them now, but the program now. But that first game was crazy. It was packed. And another story about TSU. My homeboy Bradley was at the game. He had a Belmont jersey on at the game. And that game went into overtime. And I hit the shot to give us the lead, the final shot to give us the lead for good against Lipscomb in that game. And he jumped out the stands from like the 4th row. And you can see it on the games back then were on CSS. Yeah. They need to bring that back, by the way. Yeah. So Bradley jumped down. On CSS, you can see Bradley hitting the ground with a Belmont jersey on. Like, that man got a Belmont jersey made. Yeah. First of all. I'm going to tell you how bossed up that is. Yeah. But I ain't trying to brag about myself, but today's the day. Yeah. Today's the day. But yeah, Belmont jerseys were in the stands, you know. And this is, now I'm looking over there, and they got little kids running around with Belmont t-shirts on, and they got big screens and new buildings on campus, and now they've won 9 or 10 championships, and it's just a blessing to be a part of the first one. And we beat Lipscomb in the championship game to go to the NCAA tournament for the first one. So that's the most memorable one.
All right. So you said today's the day to kind of brag on yourself. So, like, do you feel like, you mentioned like your Weiss Creek games, you and Hassan people coming to see those. I was one of those people, like coming to see those games. Do you feel like your playing career coming through Nashville and then Belmont, do you think it's respected as much as your coaching status is respected in the city right now?
No, both of them are hated on immensely.
Okay. All right. Here we
And
go.
a lot of it is because it's like, why does he get the opportunity? You know, why does he deserve it? Or like something was given to me or something. But you know, the basketball part of it is y'all remember in The Last Dance when Gary Payton, he said that about MJ and he was looking at it, he's like, I never had no problems with the glove.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel about all them dudes that's coming up from our era and all these people that they say like the number one point guard. There ain't number one point guard that I thought was cold, and that was Mario Moore. I thought Mario Moore was tough guard. He proved about what he did in the SEC and took his team to the Sweet 16 or whatever they went to. He was a special player. Mm-hmm. And when you played against him, he's constantly in attack mode. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to be ready to play him. Even when you play him in open gym or in the league, it don't matter. He's he's a killer. Nobody else, I had no problems with nobody else. So when I hear all this talk on Facebook and I see all these top lists, I'm like, I had no problem with none of them.
The rest of them were just all right.
But
everyone else.
Not all of them.
But I would say I was 6'4" point guard.
Yeah.
They say my weakness is what I couldn't shoot, but I scored over 1,000 points in college and in high school. So how can a dude do that can't shoot? And then they say, well, he's coach's son, so you know. How could I go to Whites Creek and play that style, and take him to winning 20+ games every year and packing out gyms, then go to Belmont and playing a totally different style where I had to pretty much change my game up and still lead them to championships and packed out arenas, and was good enough that was somebody all the way in California who was the GM of an NBA team said, let's draft this guy. So you know, I think you look at it from that aspect, it's funny to me. And then the only way you can prove it to me that you can go at me is in the summer. Well, for when everybody was at their peak of the summer, I dominated the summer. There was nothing I didn't do. And this pro-am that we have now is a watered-down version of what the real pro-am was. Anybody can play. They do tryouts now. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad they brought it back. I'm excited about it. Yeah. But back then, it was NBA players and pros only, and a few college guys. And we won 3 straight pro-am championships when I played, 3 straight. And you don't say, when they say who won it, you say Penny and them won it. So I wasn't a role player on that team. I was going to get 25 and 30. In college, I'm going to get 10 points a game. Yeah. But in this pro-am, I'm getting 25, 30. And all these so-called best whoever's, they were playing then too. But they got amnesia. They pretend like it didn't happen. But they got destroyed too. In the meantime, during that time, we were having super teams that we put together from the pro-ams. Everybody's top players from these pro-am teams would go travel and play travel ball. Okay. And not just locally. We would go to Memphis, Louisiana, Atlanta, Ohio. We play in these tournaments, and I was always picked first as a starting point. I started on all those teams, and we won championships everywhere we went. Okay. I won probably 8 or 9 championships a summer. And this is when I'm in my pinnacle, like 24, 25, 26 years old. Right. And the most memorable game is Penny Hardaway brought a team down here from Memphis. And the winning team got $5,000 or something like that for the championship game. And he had Thaddeus Young on his team and some other really good players. Thaddeus Young. Yeah, and this is a young Thaddeus Young, too. This is NBA Thaddeus Young.
Yeah. I remember that tournament.
And we had to play him in the championship game, and it was basically best 2 out of 3 in the championship game. Mm-hmm. And so we beat him twice, and I dunked on Thaddeus Young. I had an unbelievable game. And I had a celebrity game this summer, and Penny Hardaway played in it. And I brought it up to him again, like, you remember when I bust y'all? He said, man, you played the game of your life. He said, I'm still hot about that. But yeah, I mean, it was some good times, but it's funny, like, people just go back to what they did in high school or something, or go back to the one time that they hit a layup on you and say, oh, he wasn't nothing. But like the stats don't lie. Like, when you win like that, you don't even think about it. Like, I can tell you, this is honest to God truth. When I played in all them leagues I played in, like the Cleveland Centers and the church leagues and all these other leagues, I never even knew who was playing till I showed up to the game. I didn't, because I didn't care. It was easy. Right. No matter who was playing. And then the same thing with the Pro-Am. When we played the Pro-Am, I didn't like, we about to play against this team today. I got to bring my A game. I didn't know who was playing till I showed up. And then when my game was over, I went home. I didn't stick around to watch other teams play because nothing impressed me. I was more focused on whatever was going to come next later on tonight. We was going to go play 2K or go to the Hurricanes or something like that. That's all I was worried about. But yeah, this basketball stuff, I mean, when I was trying to do it for real, I wasn't concerned about anybody around here. They were a lot of good players. Some of them were past their prime. Some of them were great before they start playing in this era. But when I was doing what I really was trying to do, I seen nothing but championships.
And some people were in their prime too, and it was still food.
Yeah,
it was food. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no question. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And Desmond Cambridge too. That's the other person who I got a lot of respect for. It, man. He is tough. I always played with him majority of the time, so I never really had the battles with Desmond Cambridge. Don't nobody want to see Desmond Cambridge neither. Like talk about all these guards and mention Desmond Cambridge. And then the best player, and I'm done talking about it. The best player who I saw play growing up was Boosie Hyler from Pearl Cone. And he was smooth operator, score when he want to, get it high. I'm talking about guards now. I ain't talking
I know
about
what you mean.
the Slays and the Dantes and the Mercers of the world.
Yeah.
Boosie Hyler he's a hard guard, bro. He's tough, real tough player. Gotta give him his flowers. Yeah.
All right. Do you think in today's game you would have left Belmont to transfer to a Power 5 school?
It's a good question, man. My time at Belmont, it could have happened when I was at Belmont. I got reached out to by a couple schools. My AAU coaches and stuff like that got reached out to, but I was loyal. This day and age, and I'm the transfer portal and everything's going on. When something don't go right, people try to transfer. You order a damn burger at the McDonald's and you say no bacon, they put bacon on it. You like transferring. Like one thing go wrong, I'm like transfer. Like it don't matter what go on. Yeah. But I come from an era where I grew up watching Michael Jordan, stayed in one team, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas. Them the people I respect. Kobe Bryant, that's just who I see. But also credit to my parents, especially my mom. She was like, I played on one AAU team. I remember it was an opportunity to go play on a different team. She said, no, stick with Tennessee Thunder, stay loyal. Whites Creek, one high school. I went to one college. I didn't bounce around. And I feel like it makes you a better person in life because you can't just bounce around in life. You can't just leave when things don't go good in life. You got to tough it out. And the generation that we're raising now, we're teaching them that when something don't go right, you can just change it up. Like what happened to the days of being a freshman averaging 2 points a game? Sophomore, 6 points. Junior year, 12. Senior year, 18. And you've grown. Like that is the way life is. You're not going to get a job and be the boss. You got to work ground level and grind and work your way up. And you appreciate it when you do find your top level stuff. So it's just we're raising a generation we're cheating them by allowing them to do it. And to make this point real simple, what we're doing as parents and coaches is we're trying to give our kids what we didn't have. So when my son, when I was little, I didn't get Jordans and stuff. I only got shoes on my birthday and Christmas. And I never got a Power Wheel. I always seen it in the Toys R Us magazine, but I could never get it. I hate it. I could never get all the toys I wanted. Couldn't get all the clothes I wanted. Right. I had to go ask Jay, let me get that, wear that hat tonight. Like it's certain stuff we just didn't have. I didn't have. So now I want to make sure my son get it all. Like every pair of shoes that I get come out, if he want them, he can get them. He got a motorcycle, he got a Power Wheel, he got every. But I'm cheating him though. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that grind made me go get it. Mm-hmm. That's what made me stay in the gym late at night, get shots up, grind to go get it, hustle to go get what I can get to this day where I'm able to take care of my family. Yeah. But we providing a crutch with our kids, and I ain't just talking about my son because I'm gonna make his little ass work for it too. Mm-hmm. But we're giving a crutch to our players because we want them to have a relationship with the coach, because we didn't have relationships with our coaches growing up. Our coaches were like Joe Clark and Lean on Me. Mm-hmm. We were nervous when they came around, and we didn't feel like we had have a conversation with our coaches. But we try to give our players that relationship, like, come here, man, put my arm around you, love on you. And this generation takes it for granted. And the same love you give them, or that crutches you give them, they'll hop right out your life with in those crutches. And we just handicapping them.
Yeah. And you remember when you got drafted, what was the first thing you copped? You remember? I remember.
Black diamond.
Black diamonds, dog. Look at black diamonds.
Black diamond earrings.
Yeah, for sure. So during your recruiting career, right? You've been on the recruiting trail for a long time. Who's the best prospect that you've seen live and in person?
Let me ask you a question then. I'm going to throw it on you because I feel like I've been talking a lot. Yeah. I'm going to throw it on you. What's a phone call that I've given you that I told you that, hey.
You had 3. Right. I'm going to give you your credit. I'm going to see if you're going to give me some credit too. The first person that you said, I remember for sure was Thon Maker. You said Thon was cold.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle between that, it was
Thon Maker first.
That's
the
a
one guy that
wild
didn't
person.
like
Make it.
No,
kill it.
but it get there. It get a little better. After that, I remember the latest though. I'm gonna be real. He was in the 9th grade. And he was like, "Hey man, it's a kid,
Yep.
Seattle Rotary,
Yep.
named Paulo Banchero. He gonna be cold."
Yeah, he's a
So,
9th grader.
He was a 9th grader,
Yeah.
and you like, "Nah, listen, lead." And you called me a million times about players, and some of them have been really good.
Mhm.
But I remember Paulo Banchero the first because he was the first person that I was like, "All right, I gotta pay attention to." So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, I say
Yeah.
like any player that's came out in the last 15 years,
Yeah.
I saw him.
You
So
saw him, for sure.
I could easily be like KD and
Yeah.
Zion Williamson, and I could just name all the
Yeah.
guys that are good in the league right now. But it ain't gonna be a good story. But I tell you a good story
What's that?
is I told you about Rondo.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I told y'all when he was drafted,
yeah.
he was gonna lead the Celtics to NBA championships.
Yeah, that's true. You did do that because remember we saw him at Fat Cap.
Saw him in Fat Caps.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just got back from the NCAA tournament.
Yep,
And I'm like T introduced me to him.
sure did.
So I do remember that. But
Yeah,
that was like my greatest pick. Like I knew he was gonna be good.
yeah,
But like, no, it ain't even that. Like I can name them all, bro. I done seen
Yeah.
all the top players in college. I mean in high school AAU.
yeah.
And there's not one that I'm just like thought could get away. I mean, you know, the one guy that I'll go ahead and say right now, I mean, I think Brandon Miller is gonna be a pro.
Yeah,
I think I've been saying it, but everybody in the city can say that. But like, he's just got something special about him. I'm excited to watch what he's gonna do this year at Alabama. His intangibles, you know, everybody questioning how tough he was gonna be. I think he's checked that box already when he was overseas, and
tough.
he's gonna have a great year.
I agree.
Now, your dad being a coach, he's a Hall of Fame coach here in the city of Nashville. He coached at Pearl Cone. So you watched him coach growing up as a kid, but you played at Whites Creek, like you mentioned earlier. So you didn't get to play for your dad. I mean, yeah, you didn't get to play for him. Would you want to coach history when he grows up?
Yes, absolutely. That's like my dream. You know, I see LeBron wants to play with his sons and stuff like that. That's really cool. Like I want to coach history so bad. He won't let me coach him right now.
Of course.
If I go outside with him, y'all see videos of me posting him. He does not listen to me, y'all. I'm like, hold your phone. Shh. I'm like, shh. I'm like, let's make not today. Let's throw football. So if we shoot for like 10 minutes, and then we throwing football. Like he just wants me to be dad.
Yeah.
And I understand because I'm not, you know, I'm traveling a lot. And it's all basketball all the time with me. I come home on film. Yeah, we watching Netflix. I'm like, man, put The Last Dance on real quick. Like, we watched it 5 times. Like, he just all basketball with me. So he doesn't want me to coach him in basketball. He loves basketball. He plays it all the time. But his coach will tell him something, and he'll be like, Dad, my coach told me to hold my fall through. I said, boy, I've been telling you that since you was 2 years old.
Right.
So, like, but yes, I would love to coach him. It's my dream. Hopefully that one day he's good enough to play on that level. And that I'm still blessed enough to have a job somewhere, and I can coach him. I would be ecstatic about that.
I'm kind of go off the beaten path a little bit. You mentioned playing 2K.
Yeah.
Was he always, he being Jay, was Jay always the type of guy that like loaded his 2K team up with like different players from, you know what I mean? We have a joke called Console Gate that goes around where, you know, Jay was cooking the books a little bit with his roster. So I just wondered, was he always like that? You know what I'm saying? Lead dog.
All right,
You know what I'm saying? Lead dog.
Give me one of his loaded teams, and I'll tell you if he's ever been that loaded.
Okay. like, you know, we have a FSP Madden league. You know what I'm saying? We have an FSP 2K league.
Okay.
You know?
Give me a 2K team. What do you have?
Jay would have he would start with like the Sixers.
Yeah.
But somehow, we don't know how, the Sixers will have
Tell him who on your team, man.
he would have Embiid.
He'll never say it.
Somehow Klay Thompson would be on the Sixers. Kyrie Irving would be his point.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. John Wall. Would we say John Wall? Who would be your point?
It's all good.
I'm just asking.
All right, let me tell you. This is to answer your question.
Tread lightly too.
I already know. This is a very delicate subject with him.
Yeah.
Okay, it is. That's why I went
He
there.
is purposely putting out a boo-boo team early. He always does this. Even on his regular season seasons, he'll
Yeah.
just put an average team out there.
Yeah.
But go over his house about 2-3 weeks into his season.
Yeah.
He has a loaded roster. He hates losing. This man hates to lose. And I cut the game off only once in my career. But
Took my chip.
Yeah.
He
That's
took my
a
chip.
championship.
He took my chip.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. But that's a long story. But yeah, Jay is very competitive, and I would say yes, his teams are usually loaded. He'll have Teen Wolf, he'll have Bordeaux, Butch McCrae. Yeah, he's gonna be loaded now.
Tom Shepard.
Yeah,
Tom Shepard's definitely on
Tom
the
Shepard on the roster.
Let that one roll. What you got, Weezy?
Man, I want to ask some of us, man. How hard was it coaching during COVID?
Man, I tell you, man, it's I think people deserve an award for trying to coach in COVID because there were people literally dying across the country and people getting sick and you don't know what. At that time, we really didn't know what was going on. Losing taste and smell. People were like on ventilators and it was going to the hospital. Like it was tough. And then you're trying to coach a team and their grandparents just died or their uncle just died and they're talking about it in the locker room and then a week later, they're saying, man, my uncle's in the hospital now. I hope he can make it. Like, they're close. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and then my grandparent, my grandmother passed away. Then my uncle, her brother passed away like 2 weeks after. It was just like a lot going on. Not to mention, there was nobody on campus. Our guys had to they weren't allowed to leave their apartments. The food was delivered to their door. It's December and January. It's freezing cold. So the food's outside and it was just a crazy time. Now, some programs it didn't affect. Like some programs were able to keep it rolling and then they had a better system set up on how they were dealing with it. We had to get tested 3 times a week and we were going to Meharry Medical Center in a car, drive through. Some days it may take 5 minutes, some days it may take 2 hours, and we got a game on Thursday and we sit in imagine driving to Chattanooga and back, we sit in 2 hour
traffic.
At Meharry, a mile away from school on the day before the game. But hey, I thought it was one of those things that made us tougher. It was something that I was really proud of my guys for having the resilience to play through it. We didn't win a lot of games, but it wasn't about that. I think all around the country, people were just trying to have some type of normalcy again after being in the house for so long. So I was proud of that we crawled through that season, but it definitely made us better people.
Switch gears to your Lakers. You're a Los Angeles Lakers fan since Kobe Bryant. What are your Lakers looking like this year? Can they contend?
Oh, man. If we're healthy, I think we can. If AD is AD, then we're special. I shouldn't say the word special. I would say we can be in the mix. So we can beat the number 1 seed in the West if we're healthy. LeBron is clearly an older LeBron. And people get it confused because he had a great statistical year, but he's not playing as hard as he did in the past in terms of running for loose balls and running down, chasing people, blocking shit. He's just not doing it as much because if he does, he'll get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So wasn't no point in doing it last year. So I'm hoping that he can get to that place where he's rotating on defense. The defense assignments, he wasn't rotating it. He wasn't trying hard on the defensive end like we know he can. And then he's turned into a jump shooter this past year. He has to get back driving all the time. And if he's doing all that, can his body withstand that type of attacking that he's got to be at to play at that age for the Lakers to be good? I like the additions they had. A lot of people I don't know, Dennis Schroeder, Russell Westbrook, and Pat Beverly. That's too many. I like it. I think you got some good decision makers on the floor, playmakers on the floor. Clearly, they need some bigger wings and guards, but Lonnie Walker's coming off the bench. Kendrick Nunn can score it. We got some pieces. The guys just got to be good at what they do. And we got good big men, too. This is the best core of front court they've had. Thomas Bryant, Damian Jones, good young bigs. I like them. I think they're going to be interesting. The Bogdanovich going to Detroit today really bothered me.
It hurt.
Because I felt like they were going to make a move to get him and Clarkson or him and Beasley and Vanderbilt, because Vanderbilt is the type of guy that the Lakers don't have on their roster. A strong wing that can guard the KDs and
Stanley Johnson 2.0, but
Giannis
he's better than
of the
Stan.
world. Yeah. So I'm optimistic about the season.
So speaking of LeBron, we know his son is coming to an age where he's about to make a decision in his life or his career. Do you think he's gonna go play college basketball, or do you think he would go turn pro?
Well, I can't really speak on student athletes, recruitable student athletes, so I really can't even answer that question. Really,
Did you recruit him?
I don't think he can answer that.
He can answer that.
nah.
But,
You
so,
can't. Oh, my bad.
what about looking into Bryce though? You can't speak about him neither.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in NCAA, once you get to 7th grade,
Yeah,
we're not allowed to like talk about them,
gotcha.
in forums and stuff like
Makes
that.
sense.
So I can't really speak on PSAs, potential student athletes.
Okay,
Gotcha.
heard you.
Gotcha.
Heard you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So skipping past all of that,
Yeah.
we're not getting anybody into trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so you're an HBCU coach,
Yeah.
right? How do you feel like HBCUs, as far as in basketball, can prosper? We've seen it happen with Jackson State and with top recruits for football. We think it can transfer to basketball that way.
Yeah, so we're talking about potential student athletes. I can talk about athletes that we didn't get. We kudos to Jackson State. Them getting the young man that was ranked.
Travis
Hunter.
What position does he play?
Corner.
Corner. I don't know why I thought he was a wide receiver.
He was
He
wide
did
receiver.
in both in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Travis, that was monumental for them to get a guy like him. And then they're getting high level transfers. But not only are they doing that, they got resources. They're winning, and they changed the locker room, and they changed the field, and they got uniforms, and they got support.
Yeah.
You turn the game on, man. Jackson State fan base is going crazy. Like they're
40,000 at the game and
It's
stuff.
unbelievable. It's not just about Dion being there. It's a lot more support that's coming around that too. Like Dion is he's the ringleader for sure, and he's doing an unbelievable job on bringing awareness to the program, and they're winning.
Yeah.
But that takes time. But as far as basketball is concerned, I can just only speak for myself. Like, we want to try to go after the 5-star kids. We've had them on campus. We had Chris Livingston on campus. We in his final decision. Brandon Miller. I can go on and on. And some other kids that I can't speak on. But we've had these guys on campus. But it's time for a kid to say, you know what, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to TSU. And I want to, this whole cliche statement, you get tired of saying make the change. But it is like, there was a time when TSU had 4 or 5 draft picks on one team, back-to-back years, and then it just stopped because African-American athletes started going to Power 5 schools because they were getting beat by predominantly black teams at the time. Look at the Glory Road movie, Texas Western. That's when the national media realized, like, oh, it's an issue. Started 5 black guys against Kentucky and won.
Beat him.
Now a Kentucky team got a team full, which is great. No, I don't have no issues with Power 5 kids and African American kids going to schools like that. I just want them to have the education of knowing that your dreams can come true here as well. And we have the same platform. And the resources that we don't have will come when you come. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
The networks will come. The TVs will come. The money will come. The deals will come. The NIL deals will come. And there's everybody knows about what John Morant did in the OVC. So it's not like he's $190 million dude now?
Yep.
It's not like you can't come here at this level and like, it can't be a pro from there. John Morant was just rookie of the year, and he's one of the top 5 point guards in the league or whatever he is. So your dreams can come true here. Robert Covington's the only NBA player from HBCU. That's got to change. We have to change that. It needs to be more, whether they're from Tennessee State or somewhere else. And I'm not going to stop going after high-level kids. Now, there's some type of misconception out there that like, we're wasting my whole budget going after a 5-star kid. That's not true at all. We're going to recruit locally just as hard as we were going to recruit nationally. If I have a relationship with a 5-star kid that I think could change the game or help move the culture in the right direction, I'm gonna go after them.
Absolutely.
But I'm not gonna exhaust my time and life on a kid that's just trying to get a social media like or some cool points. We're gonna go after realistic kids, and if one makes the move, great. But I feel like when I get a guy right now, they're my 5-star. Even if you don't have 5 stars on your name, if I recruit you, you're a 5-star to me, and I'm going after you just as hard.
That's dope.
Yeah, I got 4 years. I got 4 years, coach.
He should. He got 4. He got 4. He might have 5.
Hey, I done seen you play some one-on-ones. You never won any of them, so.
Man, listen, hey, real quick, we ain't never really talked about that. Then I promise
He
you
loves this shit.
No,
He said something guy. He loves this shit.
Then I promise you we out of here.
Goodness
It was
gracious.
smoke season.
So this is bad because I wasn't trying to play. Jeff, I'm gonna talk to you.
Okay, let's do it.
Now, Jeff, so we chilling, doing something. Yeah, it's story
easily
time.
15 years old.
No, I'm telling you, it is. So we were like, man. So Weezy get to talking, just like how you did with you last week. Got a little riled up.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, that's what he does. And I was like, bro, you don't want those problems. I was in shape. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, man, listen, whatever. So in turn, I'm like, I'm not paying no attention. I leave. Coach Collins calls me, right? It's my dog now.
Yeah.
This is my dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Penny's, and this what he don't remember. He's coming off a wrist injury. Chill out. He's coming off a wrist injury. And he just had surgery. He getting back. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I was like, bro, you hear Weezy talking that shit? And he's like, I'm going to be real, bro. He trying to play you tomorrow. What's up? He's like, bro, I'm going to be, and he's like, I know you're not going to play, but listen, bro, I got for real money up here. Listen, bro, I got for real money. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And we going to kick it that night, bro. Let's just, for real, bro.
They hustle me now.
And I was like, man, I can't believe you put money up.
That was the
You
start
know
of recruiting. He recruiting.
Penny done recruited me a couple of places. And I mean, but here we go. So we get back.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man. I don't know why you put that money up. I'm going to kill this boy.
Yeah.
He can't play.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? My bad. No disrespect. And so and then
your
we
hands
get to
up,
the
Weezy.
space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it was a massacre, dog.
I got a shade.
First, man, listen, you was 12. You were 20 years old, dog.
Yeah,
he was
he
20.
He killed him.
Man,
It wasn't even easy. It wasn't even
he
tough.
quit. It was 5-9. He quit. And then so like, hey, Penny, where the money at? You know what I'm saying? We kicking it tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, he bet. I just knew you weren't gonna play, bro. I just need you here. Prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? I knew you could do it. Wow. And after that, you know what I'm saying? I need to see money on the table for sure. That was the end of it. He got me though.
He lied to you because I paid him. He lied to you.
I don't remember that.
It's a joke.
I was finna say, yeah,
News
nah.
to me.
Woo, yeah.
You had to bring that one up, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it needed to be talked about, bro. It was disrespect.
That's a good question. That's a good story.
All right, we're gonna get you out of here. Anybody's got?
Oh, we good. Yeah.
All right, I got one more question for you. Let's talk about your deserve to win celebrity game. Okay. Talk about how did that idea come about, and is this something that you plan on doing annually?
Definitely gonna do it annually. And basically, I was in my office one day, and I'm just thinking, like, how can I continue to bring awareness to Tennessee State? I have all these contacts in my phone with all these people that I know, and they can help me, put TSU on the map, do something that hasn't been done before, continue to move the program forward, bring awareness to what we're trying to do. And that was really all it was. And I said, my first phone call is to the big homie, Penny Hardaway. I just wanted to see if he'd be interested in doing it. And when he was like, yeah, like off the rip, that's when I said, okay. I called a lot of people. So there's not anybody that you don't know that's in our wheelhouse that we didn't reach out to, who actually committed to us, who showed up. Mm-hmm. But, once we got a couple dominoes to fall, then you start getting the NFL guys and the social media stars and, the local stars who are celebrities as well. And that ended up just turning into a special event. The cocktail party the night before was the pinnacle of it all, where people really learned what we're trying to do in the program. They saw the vision. The coaches were able to talk, and people wanted to donate to the program. So that was the best part about it. Then the next day was, the game was just the easy part. And next year we got some surprises coming up that I can't say yet, but we're going to do it even bigger. I think we had around 3,500 fans at the game. We're hoping to get, some close to 8,000 plus next year. And the Deserve to Win weekend, we want it to ultimately be the homecoming of the summer. We want people from TSU to have something to come back to in the summer. Everybody's coming in 2 weeks for homecoming football. Mm-hmm. Well, we don't have basketball homecoming, but let Deserve to Win weekend be like your Essence Festival. Like, we're going to come back. It's going to be concerts. It's going to be comedy shows, and then the cocktail party, then the game, and then the after party. We want that weekend to be a weekend where celebrities come into Nashville, because that was also a sales pitch. Mm-hmm. A lot of the people that had never been, we had a lot of California people come to this event. Well, they were all talking about how they'd never been to Nashville. They heard about it. So Nashville is a progressive city right now, one of the fastest growing cities in the country. So we want people to come to Nashville that's never been as well. So it's going to continue to grow, and I'm excited about the future of the weekend.
It's a great weekend, man.
For sure.
Hey, man, we could talk all night, man. Appreciate you coming, dog. We'll come
Yeah.
back right at the end of the season to kind of recap the season, how things are going. But, man, appreciate you pulling up. Good luck on the season, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me. It's crazy that we like close like this and we do this like once a year.
Yeah.
I'll let you know we rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My
You know what I
dogs.
mean?
Yeah,
Facts.
it's my
So,
dog.
No, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcast. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The revolution will be podcasted.